Tell you.
All right, good afternoon. Welcome back to the 2021 PGA Championship here at the Ocean Course in Kiawah Island, South Carolina. We are pleased to be joined by Branden Grace. Branden posted a second round 71, 1 under par. He is 3 under par for the championship at this moment, tied for second. Branden, a lot of really good golf out there. Maybe not the exact end you would have liked, but I think overall it's a positive day for you.
Yeah, just trying to stay alive out there, to be quite honest. I think I definitely preferred, starting on the front side today. I think yesterday when we started on 10, from 14 onwards, 14 till the fourth hole, it was just such a grind, and fortunately I got off to a good start. But today, kind of broke it up, wind in, wind down, and then all the way down and then coming in back again. So you kind of knew that final stretch was going to play tough. But I want to say even with that bad couple of holes, I still got the most out of my round. I hit some shots where I shouldn't have, and I made some up and down. So, I'll take it. I'm exactly where anybody would want to be going into the weekend.
Terrific. Let's hit the floor. Let's start with Rex on 4.
Can you imagine, and I think this speaks to what you were just saying about how difficult those closing stretches are. Can you imagine finishing the way you did today at any other golf course and being with a smile on your face?
Oh, no. You would probably look at breaking a few things out there, but it's tough. I think, going down there, when you go on the back 9, you go to 10, and you go down all the way to 13, you kind of tell yourself, listen, if I can make 1 or 2, getting before that extra turn, at 14 coming in, that homeward stretch, then you kind of just have to grind it out. And I thought I did really well. I've just, one bad swing on 17, one bad swing on 18. On the front 9, a little bit more lucky that the misses are fine on the right, coming in or going out, where the misses on the right's not so ideal on the back. But, it's tough. It's just, like I said, trying to stay alive. And, I knew I was playing well and just kind of waiting for that one bad thing to happen. And, I've worked hard mentally with my psychologists and just kind of preparing for the worst, and if it happens, just getting on with it. And I've done that pretty well so far.
And kind of along those same lines, can you allow yourself to imagine what those holes were going to play like on Sunday if the wind does what they think it's going to play?
Yeah, 100%. I don't think I did mentally. I don't think I did anything wrong. I stood up there, I picked my target, I wanted to hit the shot that I wanted to. It just didn't come off. Then you have to move on and get to the drop zone and carry on. I'm probably going to have quite a few more scenarios like that over the weekend if it carries on playing as tough as it does. So. I just need to back myself up, trust myself, and just hit the shots that I see.
All right, let's go to 10 in the back.
Rex asked my exact questions.
Oh,
make something else up.
Exact question. All right, we'll supplement here at 5, and then we'll go to Alex on 6.
When you won in Puerto Rico, you were fighting to get back to this big stage. How would you describe your confidence level now?
Yeah, obviously a lot of emotion going into that week. I believe that I should be out here. I believe that I should be a top 30 player in the world, and I believe I should win. It was nice to get over that hurdle again, and like I said there, this is where I want to play. I've contended in these big events before. There's no reason why I can't contend in them now, especially around the golf course like this. It kind of goes into my into how I like to play golf. I love PGA golf courses, and it's just literally getting the ball low, get it on the ground and let it run, and be creative around the greens and really commit to what you want to do. And so this is something I like, but I believe obviously that what happened, the sadness, there's a lot of good to follow, and I know my old man's with me. He's out here grinding it as well. So I'm just playing golf, I'm enjoying it, and nice to have the family out here just to to stay calm at the other side of it.
Alex, 6.
How difficult will the adjustment be if the wind actually switches over the next 2 days?
Yeah, big time. Fortunately, I came down on Sunday. Sunday, the wind was the opposite, so I got to play the back 9 actually in the opposite wind. But then, then those first few holes are brutal. 10, 11, 12, 13, you have to really hit some proper golf shots. And then, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that the last stretch is easier, but, when I played on Sunday from the back tee, which if the wind switches, that's probably where the guys are going to play it on 17. And, I hit 3-iron to a back flag. So it's still a brutal golf hole. So, you still have to have all of your things in line and, just get up there and step up and hit a golf shot.
All right, we're going to zoom out for a question here from Adam Schupak. Adam, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, I just was wondering, you mentioned like in Pete Dye courses, why do you think you've had such a good track record on them?
I think it's just, You know, in my point of view, it always feels a little bit linksy, the way he creates the golf courses. You know, it's around this place. You know, you need to be creative. You need to hit shots. You need to see different shots. You used to use slopes, and a lot of times you can't really play for pins. You know, you have to just play, even if it's for 20 foot. 20 foot sometimes is a great shot out here. So, and then just, you know, back yourself with a putter. So I think that's what I've really done well over the past.
Okay, and one more, if you don't mind. I'm not sure if someone already asked you this, but what did you do last year during the PGA Championship when you were out because of the quarantine?
Yeah, I was actually sitting in my RV. I had a guy that was driving me from San Francisco. I was actually on site. You know, obviously at Reno's only a few hour drive. My RV was down there, and the RV driver actually drove me down to the Wyndham. So I think I've seen I've seen more of America than most Americans. Let me put it that way. And it took me 4 days to get there, so it was pretty long.
Thank you for your time.
Let's go back to Doug on 9.
Was this course at all ever intimidating when you first got here on Sunday? And if it was, has it become less so as the week's gone on? And
No,
you know
I
your
think,
way around?
you know, that fear factor is there. You know, I think, but, you know, mentally I'm in a good place, especially after my win. And especially leading up to this event, you know, we've played a lot of hard golf courses coming into this. You know, Arnold Palmer was tough again. The Players is always tough. And then leading up to this, you know, I think fortunate for myself, the wind was always blowing in Florida, you know, they're down at the Bears Club. So, you know, it's kind of starting to hit those golf shots, starting to see those shots that I know I have to hit. Not that I remember much from the last time I was here in 12, but you know, when I got out here, there was a certain shots that, like I said, I knew I had to hit. I have to get on the range again this afternoon to try just work those things in and try to, you know, refresh and really commit on different lines. You know, just come out here and hit golf shots. I think that's it at the end of the day.
How come when it's really hard and there's big numbers and high scores, no one bitches as much at this tournament as they do at the U.S. Open?
You know, I think at a golf course like this, you know, I think if we had the rough that we have at the U.S. Open, everybody would probably bitch a little bit about it. But you know, so I think, you know, I still feel it's playing very fair. And you know, obviously they added a lot of distance to this golf course. So you know, when the wind's calming down, you know, they can really toughen it up. I don't think you get a lot of times where the big guys out here, Dustin and those guys that hit a mile, I don't think you see them often with 3 irons in their hands. And, you know, they're all going to hit 3 irons this week. I guarantee you that. So, but, you know, I think it's fair. It's showing teeth, and it's all what a major championship's about.
Let's go to Jeff on 5.
So what's the highlight of your 4-day cross-country trip, and were you able to watch any golf along the way as you went?
You know, it's pretty tough. It's tough getting the signal and stuff like that. I couldn't really watch the golf, and I don't actually wanted to watch the golf, to be quite honest. But it was, you know, not emotional, but it was tough to know that I wasn't played. I think the last time I was there was in the match play, and I actually really played well. And it was kind of this place again. You know, you have to really shape your shots and things. So I was really looking forward to it. But you know, I think that the highlight is obviously just seeing the different terrains. You know, it sounds simple, but it is. You know, when you come out of California, everything is nice and, you know, it's just California. And then you go to the desert, and then you get all the farmlands after that. And, you know, then you go into the mountains. So it was pretty cool. So, you know, it felt like forever, but it was a nice trip.
Doug, to finish.
What's the longest trip you ever took at home? Did you ever go up with Louis to the dunes?
No. No, this was definitely the longest trip that I've done in a car or in a bus, if I can call it. You know, that's the right term for it. But I've never done the Namibia trip or things like that. I don't think I have the patience for that. But I learned that I needed patience, you know, in the previous trip.
Thanks.
Branden, well played
Thank
today, and best of luck to you all weekend.
Cool.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
Appreciate it.